Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Frying Pan Podcast. You know what it is. You love it. You've been here for so long. You just keep coming back because you love hearing my voice. My name is Dan, and my good buddy, good co-host, all-around great guy.
Hi, it's me, Robert. Honestly, I feel weird introducing, saying my own name after being talked up like that, you know? Like, oh yes, I'm the great guy, Robert, hi, yes, hi.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be like, and here's my piece of shit, good-for-nothing buddy, and then...
I prefer to be introduced as the bell ringer.
Oh, sorry, this is Brax the Bell Ringer.
Thank you.
Silencer of Realms, opener of passageways, ringer of bells.
Thank you.
If you were like a Dark Souls boss, what do you think you'd look like?
I think I'd be a very, very tiny human with a very, very massive weapon.
Okay.
And I don't know why, but I really feel like that would just be my inner Dark Souls boss. Like, it'd be needlessly annoying. Like, I wouldn't be one of the ones that are just oddly terrifying and everything. It would just be like my moveset is just horrific. And it's just annoying.
I could see it. Do you think you'd be like an endgame boss, or you think you're like a learning boss?
That'd be an endgame optional boss.
Oh, I like Nameless King kind of action?
Exactly. One that you don't have to beat, but God, you want the armor set. Or you want the boss weapon, you know?
Or, yeah, like just the satisfaction.
You know, can I veer off topic real quick?
Yeah, of course.
So, I went away for the weekend, and I was staying at a friend's house, and my mom was taking care of the cat for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed she changed the calendar in my room for me to, be on August. And I asked her about it, and she's like, yeah, it was on June. I didn't even know it was still on June. I was certain that it was just July. No, I was just that unobservant.
I mean, to be fair, personally, I don't remember the last time I've used a calendar. Just like an actual calendar.
You know, I thought that for people of our generation, but you know what? Brie uses a calendar pretty, regularly. Mark stuff on it, crosses days off, the whole 9 yards. So I'm like, maybe that's just what functioning people do when they, have stuff to do. You know, not just vaguely remember and then stress out about it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, I guess me being a person that doesn't have much going on doesn't apply to me, but somebody, actually doing something with their lives probably matters.
I always wish I could be a type of person that, would use, Google calendars or something. I have that much to do.
I mean, probably in the future, but as of right now, it is what it is, I'd say.
True. I don't know. I hope I have a job in the future that's just let me check my calendar.
Let me see if I can
just
squeeze you
official.
in.
Yeah, exactly.
Does 4:30 on Saturday work? It's like, no, bitch, never works.
It never works.
Or just schedule someone on a Saturday.
I'm always copping that bread.
Reasonable. I mean, that reminds me. One thing I want to talk about is I have to get my license renewed tomorrow. And it's first time really going out in public that isn't to Stop and Shop.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no instructions on I know where I need to go, but it's a AAA, it's not a DMV. There's a DMV in the AAA, I guess. And I don't know why, I'm really just getting super anxious over it for no reason, because that's just how my brain works. You ever get that?
I mean, I do going to places like the DMV or the doctors. I just really, despise appointments that, I guess, when you get there, you don't actually know for how long you're going to be there for, I guess is the most annoying thing for me, where a lot of my anxiety comes from.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know how many times I've been all right, my doctor's appointment's at 4. I get there for 4, and they're all right, sit in the waiting room. And then, 4:45, the nurse just sat me down in the observation room, and the doctor will be with you just shortly, 15 minutes later, you know, that gives me anxiety just because, I hate how unfirm the schedule is for how important it is for being there, at the time that you're supposed to.
I feel
everything
that.
else doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they have their reasons, but like on the outside, it's just kind of, I don't know, it just feels inconvenient.
Well, I mean, like, tell me to get there at 4. Like, it's not like I have to fill out paperwork, you know. So, like, if I was gonna be seen at 4:40, send me a text. It's like, hey, by the way, you actually could have grabbed lunch if you wanted to across the street.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know.
But maybe that's just me complaining.
No, I feel you. I mean, my whole thing is like I always just view like worst case scenario humanly possible every time I have to do something that I don't normally do. So it's like in my head, I'm gonna show up there. I'm gonna not have the right paperwork, and they're like, you know what? We're calling the police on you. And I'm like, wait, what would I do? And then she pulls a gun on me and like holds me hostage, and it's just like it's not gonna happen. And I'm sure
Yes,
it'll be like a quick 20-minute thing. But in my brain, it's not gonna happen. I don't know, man.
I mean, all right. So, like, is that the worst case scenario that can happen from this experience?
I mean, like, within reason.
What gets worse?
I guess.
Is that within reason, though? Like, they're like, you don't have your paperwork. Time to call the police?
I mean, like, the other half of my brain is like, alright, a kaiju just appears out of nowhere, just stomps the shit out of the store, everyone's dead. But I know that one's not going to happen. But, like,
right.
Hypothetically, the other one is more likely than a giant monster killing me.
I guess on the probability of that, of one being completely impossible and one still having some probability, yes.
I'm not insane. I'm not crazy. It's... Like, there's people out there like this. I know I'm not the only person that thinks this way.
That, I mean, I want to support you. I do, Dan. But you're also like, the FBI is going to get me because I didn't bring the right copy of my birth certificate.
Well, it's... Okay, I literally have everything in an envelope. It's just that I don't know who the fuck I'm supposed to talk to, and I was hoping in the email it's like, all right, you're gonna go to this counter and you're gonna do this, but it's like, here's a QR code, skip the line. I'm like, I didn't know there was gonna be a line in the first place, so I don't know what's going on.
It's actually super simple at the AAA. Just walk in and they either have a sign that says license renews or just be like, hey, I'm here for license renews, and they're like, oh, okay, step over here.
But you think I can interact with people? Come on.
You can behind that mask, sweet cheeks. No one can see you.
True. They won't know I'm butt ugly.
Exactly.
Oh, but they'll see my hair. My hair doesn't look good. You think I can wear a hat? You think they'll be offended? Like, do I gotta dress up?
Are you getting your picture retaken?
Yeah, I think so. Hey, my last license picture is when I was 16. You've seen what I looked like in it.
I mean, to be fair though, Dan, like I already want mine retaken just because like I look like a different human being. So like you obviously look different 6 years later.
Yeah, obviously. But
so I bet you like really want to get yours retaken.
I'll be honest, I really couldn't care less. Like my license picture looks like a mugshot, but it's kind of like as long as I'm recognizable, it's whatever to me.
Maybe you should go for a harder mugshot this time, you know what I mean? Like, look, this time even more, like killery than before.
Dude, I should like, before they take the picture, I'm like, oh, can you give me a second? And I take, like, a Sharpie and just start, like, drawing face tats on.
Like, ram your head into the wall a couple times, give yourself some bruises, a little knocked up as well. Right in the line before you get your picture taken.
It's me just slamming my head against the wall, and they're like, sir, are you okay? And I'm like, I just want to look good for the picture.
Rip off your shirt to display a off blue tank top as well.
Oh, that it doesn't remind me, but I saw something of it was like a man bikini, but instead of like a Speedo, it's like it starts at your shoulder and then turns into a Speedo and then like wraps around.
Yes, the mankinis, dude. I've seen a guy in one of those in real life.
Oh, really?
Yep. Went to high school with him.
Oh, man.
It was like one of my first high school parties, and I totally just did not expect that at all. And I was like, this is high school, only to every experience to never live up to that.
I mean, like, kudos to that guy for the confidence to rock a mankini. Just really couldn't be me.
You know what? He deserved the confidence. My man was just like, Hey, I'm in this.
Yeah. Hey, I was gonna wear a shirt and jeans, and then I didn't. It's like,
Well, there was a pool.
Yeah.
There was a pool and a hot tub.
I'd sure as hell hope.
Well, I'm gonna be real. It did not get better when he was actually wet.
Reasonable.
Somehow it was worse. I actually kind of preferred him being dry in the mankini than actually using it for a practical use. I can't lie.
I respect him, man. I didn't know it was called a mankini. I just saw that it was unique, to say the least.
Well, you know, there's a lot of style choices out there that, you know, are unique. Like,
Sure.
hey Dan,
Yes.
how about this?
Ready.
Let's get matching mankinis and let's go to the beach.
Honestly, like, I would. I really would.
Really though, because like, don't you not like the beach just like me?
I don't like the ocean, but I like this. I like going to the beach.
See, I'm the other way. I like the ocean, hate sand.
See, all right. I'm not huge on sand. I like just like chilling there. I like the ocean breeze, but I hate when like I get my feet wet and then I get like the sticky sand, like 'cause it sticks because of the water, and then I just track that for like a week.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
It just
and
kinda,
like,
just kind of pops up everywhere.
I always thought the beach was one of those places where like, it was only fun to go in theory.
I can
Because
agree.
like the idea of going to the beach is more fun than being there. Because like you get there, you're hot as fuck. You don't actually want to be in the water. Sand gets everywhere. Like everything you bring there is just gonna have sand in it when you come back. So like that backpack that you used, well, you're gonna have sand in it for the next 3 years. Probably don't want to use it for anything ever again because you just keep finding sand. Those shoes that you brought, unfortunately, have sand. Also, that car ride back, semi-unbearable because you got a light sunburn because you didn't reapply the sunblock like you should have. And guess what? There's sand in your shorts. Like,
Yeah.
I just hate it.
I mean, like, call me pessimistic, but beach is overrated, especially now. Very
with COVID?
overrated.
I would say they're quite underrated, if anything. Let's get our beaches populated again.
Let's go, guys. Go, just start going to the beaches. Make sure when you put your towel down, you put it right next to someone, because you want to make friends, you know?
Well, all I'm saying is I'm sick of COVID, and at this point, might as well just sink the whole ship.
I love that, like, Americans' logic is like, I'm really sick of COVID. Do you think it ever really happened? Like, do you think they made it up? Because, like, they don't know anybody that got it, and they're like, could be fake, who knows? Well, I was like, people had, like, a whole family dead, and it's like, not that fake.
I mean, like, even then, like, we're, like, forcing the world to super rush a vaccine because, like, we can't just fucking chill out for 4 weeks.
I know. Yeah,
like, think about how small this would have done if we just hunkered down 3 months ago.
Well, it was, we had our lockdown, and it was like, numbers are going down, this is great, guys. And then as soon as somebody heard, like, yeah, it's not really lockdown, but, like, be safe, they just kind of, like, threw everything out the window, and they're like, all right, we're popping off, we're throwing parties. And now, especially with fucking college back, it's a mess. It's a mess.
It is a mess. I was talking to Bree, who's back at college, and she's like, yeah, you know, didn't go to any parties, but like you could see that there's a lot of them going on. Mm-hmm. But I guess like her university is like they're having their students getting tested in waves and everything, so like I don't really know how that's going, but like I don't know if you've seen the NYU lunches of their student population because they've had so many cases.
Yeah. It's not fun.
You know what's not fun?
Ready.
The fact that we have 5.76 million cases in the US right now.
Hey, America's #1, baby. We gotta be the best in everything.
Dude, we have like almost a quarter of the entire world's population is just in our country.
Yep. And you know, like, people that are against will make the claim like, well, the US is a lot bigger than other places, and it's like, that doesn't work. I mean, like, obviously we're gonna have more cases, more deaths, but we also have more stupid people just running around, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea, but regardless.
Though, on the bright side, Connecticut hasn't had any new cases for, I think, a little while.
Really?
Like a day or two.
We take those. I'm surprised. Honestly, that surprises me. With thinking of like how much people live in the southern part of the state, like commute to New York and back.
I think Connecticut's actually like doing quite well in terms of like its like containment of it.
Yeah.
I don't really know why, but
I mean, shout out us, I guess.
I mean, really. Speaking another shout out of Connecticut, even. So have you ever heard of the John Oliver show? It's like the late night or Last Week Tonight show. It's on HBO. The clips are great on YouTube. He's very educational.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if he's. Oh no, it was Jon Stewart that retired.
Well, he basically he's a comedian, but also kind of like a news reporter in a way. It's like satire news. Anywho, he went in on a town in Connecticut for no reason, like literally no reason. Danbury, Connecticut, which is not that far from us, actually. Like, he's going as far as if you're going to forget a town in Connecticut, why not forget Danbury? Because this is true. Fuck Danbury. That's literally like for no reason. Like, this just came out of nowhere, which was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
And Danbury's response is they just named a sewer plant after him. Like, they literally just were like, all right, John Oliver Memorial Sewage Plant.
It's so petty, but I love it.
Well, it's all in good faith, but it's fucking hilarious to me just because that was their just response. Like, well, you're spewing shit. Well, you know what? Here it is.
I like that. I like that a lot. Like, it's... I don't know if there's a wholesome petty, but like as long as it's just banter, like it's just funny. I like it.
Oh, it's completely friendly.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think a municipal town will be like, you know what? Yeah, let's stick it to that guy.
Yeah,
you know?
Just like Danbury's riding for like John Oliver's head on a pike.
No one talks shit about Danbury. Yeah. Where's John Oliver?
Yeah. they're in the streets, pitchforks and torches. You know, it's interesting because like I can think of a lot of places in Connecticut that I'd hate more than Danbury, but I mean, maybe he just had like a bad experience.
I mean, honestly, it probably could have just been like what's a random town here that we just want to make fun of, you know?
Yeah. Or maybe someone in Danbury like killed his kid or something. Like something very morbid and just we don't know about it, but John Oliver's harboring some dark demons. We're not gonna go with that one.
No.
Yeah, I might be reaching a little bit, but
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Sorry. It's cute though. I like that.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk about John Oliver's dead kid. I don't know if he has a dead kid, but maybe someone in Danbury knows. It's not my fault, Bobby. I'm just speculating.
Well, Dan, where were you in Danbury? It's named after you, isn't it?
Stop. These are repressed memories that I don't want to bring up.
Dan owns a town in Connecticut and all of its people.
The only thing I own in Connecticut is a 2-bedroom apartment.
Don't you rent that?
Yep. So I don't even own this.
Your car?
Not for another year.
Oh, well, I mean...
Come on, keep listing them off. I'm ready. My computer?
I mean, unless you bought your clothes with a credit card.
True. I guess. Right. Which, speaking of clothes, I'm slowly migrating my style to wearing just like oversized t-shirts, and I've never been happier.
I don't... Like, how do you mean? I don't... I'm trying to... Do you mean, like, in, like, the streetwear style where they're just, like, vertically long? Or do you mean, like, I'm Dan, who's a medium to large at best, am now in double XLs or XLs?
My name is Dan. I usually wear mediums, and lately I'm wearing double XLs.
Okay, so, like... Dan, you're not... You can't pick up the girls unless you're really looking cute in that fit, bro. You can't look like that.
I feel cute. I feel skinnier. I feel phenomenal.
Well, like, I guess if it looks fine, because I know like if you are kind of chunky, a shirt that's too big really doesn't outline the right curves, so you just look bigger.
Yeah. Well,
speaking from experience,
understandable. Well, then there's like the opposite end of the spectrum where you have like dudes that they can wear a medium, but they're kind of pushing more towards a large, so they wear mediums, so they look like a lot bigger, like muscle wise. You know what I'm talking about?
That was me when I first started fitting into larges.
I feel that, yeah.
Like God, my arms feel so large.
Yeah, I because I have a couple of shirts that work like that, but I can't run in them. My titties bounce too much. It's just not it.
I'm sorry, that really threw me off. I wasn't expecting to hear that, man. Holy shit.
It's just how it is, you know?
I went for a run today.
How was it?
Hot.
Yeah.
Like, really fucking hot.
Yeah, today was like just an uncomfortable kind of heat.
Yeah, I got back and I kind of just sat on the porch, like under the awning, like it was still hot as shit. I knew it would be cooler inside, but I just didn't want to move. Like I was just done.
I feel that. Not to one up you, but I am unintentionally going to one up you because you mentioned running.
All right, so Dan likes to bring up the fact that he's more fit than I am. Clearly,
Stop! No.
Let's hear it.
Because I've been like cutting down on running a lot recently, because running on concrete and inclines and declines like really doesn't feel too good on the knees. But I ran 5 miles on Saturday, and when I got inside, I felt like, you know when you go swimming and you have like that layer of water on your arms?
Like the chlorine you're saying, or like?
No, well, just like when you get out and you're just like super slick.
Oh yeah, because like you've been in all day, so your skin's like saturated with the most amount of water that it can be, so it kind of just chilling on the
yeah. That was me. I literally like I put my arm on the counter and I like slid.
Dan's back, slick like a dolphin.
Oh my god, dude, the shirt was disgusting. The shirt was white. It came out like I took it off and it was like black.
Ew, that's horrible, Dan.
No, it's just the back fungus, but no, it's besides the point. But I ran 5 miles and then I sat down for the most afternoon, and then when I got up, my legs were like, "What do we do again?" And I was just like, just fucking like creaking everywhere.
Dan's just in uncomfortable pain from running nonstop.
I'm always well. Speaking of uncomfortable, did you see the new Netflix movie?
Well, damn, you really stole a segue out from under me. Feels bad.
You want me to redo it?
Nope.
We can always take that. Like that's the magic.
I was just gonna lead to Usain Bolt's positive COVID test with the running.
Well, all right, it's fine.
Okay. It's okay. Can we talk about the cringe, please, on the Netflix thing? Because that was.
It's fine. We'll jump to that one after.
Can
something more positive than this. So, it's a movie called Cuties, which it was originally just like a French movie, which I'm assuming was like kids dancing. I'll be honest, I'm not a pedophile, so I'm not watching this fucking trailer. But the way it was marketed was, it is an 11-year-old twerking group. Now, why would you ever fucking market something like this unless you were marketing it to pedophiles? Or little kids. But even then, why?
So, its actual Wikipedia description is Cuties, and it is a French movie. It's a 2020 French coming-of-age comedy drama film written and directed by Maimouna Alright, it's a French name. Basically, I'm trying to decide, is this male or female?
I'm gonna guess female. I'll look it up.
Born and raised. Okay, yeah, she. All right, so like,
I knew it.
Director's not a pervert, maybe. Well, I guess to be fair, gender doesn't exclude perverse.
Yeah.
Let's see. The film premiered in World Cinema Dramatic Competition Section 2020 in the film festival back in January. So, an 11-year-old immigrant girl, Amy, originally hailing from Senegal, lives with her mother In one of Paris's poorest neighborhoods, an apartment along with her two younger brothers are waiting for her father to rejoin the family from Senegal. Things turn swiftly as Amy is fascinated by her disobedient neighbor Angelica's twerking clique called Cuties, an adult-style dance troupe which has contrasting fortunes and characteristics to the main character's traditional customs, values, and traditions. What the fuck? Okay, so they basically just sidestepped over the fact that it's like, you know, young girls, adult dancing. Like they got there by saying it like it's an adult style dance troupe, but like, okay, so like it's an 11-year-old that really had a fascination with pole dancing. Like you get, like it should be just as bad as that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like. I would not give a single fuck if this was, you know, adults in the movie. But I'm not fucking looking at this with 11-year-olds. That's just fucking gross.
Because it is gross. And, like, I saw, like, one case made of, well, it's only gross because you're sexualized. Like, no! That is pedophile bait at best. And I don't know what you're trying to do to get, like, I don't know why you want people to watch this movie, but, like, it ain't it. Unless it's to get people, like, put on a list for who tunes into it, like, that's about it.
That's literally the only way I could see this being, like, a marketable thing. Is if you're trying to sell this to pedophiles to get them on a list.
It's the only logical reason, because no one wants to watch that. Dan, do you want to watch that? Do you think it's just because we're 20-something, you know, you're, like, is it just because we don't fit the demographic, do you think?
That's the thing, is, like, I don't know what fucking demographic you're looking for. Like...
Well, if it's not the pedophiles, I couldn't tell you.
Exactly. And it's like, if it's for kids, sure, like, I'm not gonna say...
What kids, though?
That's exactly it.
If my niece... Okay, I always like to bring on my niece when I talk about kids. If my niece was like, I'm really into this, like, she said twerking group, and she, like, proceeded to attempt, like, I'd be like, alright, so, like, you're going to Catholic school now. I'm sorry. Like, this, I didn't want to be like this, but, like, sorry, honey, you're, I don't know how to stop this, but it's not going to continue.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not, like, like, in terms of, like, the age, yeah, I'm going to be prude about it, but, like, I don't give a fuck if you want to twerk or do this shit. Just, you know... Be over
Don't be
18.
an 11-year-old girl, you know?
Like, how the fuck did they... like, the cover art they did is very sexualized for no reason. And if you look at the original, like, French cover art to it, not at all the same. Literally not at all the same.
What the fuck? Like, who the I just keep saying what the fuck because I just don't want to believe that, like... this is a thing. It is actually so provocative as well. What the fuck?
Yeah, which, I mean, is interesting, because I guess this movie won an award at the Sundance Festival, which is, I guess that's impressive in its own right, but I have, like, me personally, not going to watch the trailer, not going to watch anything from this movie, because it just makes me uncomfortable. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess we're complaining about it, and I guess, I don't know, it's not for our demographic, but then it's literally, like we said, who the fuck is this for?
Well, I guess technically it is described as a coming-of-age film.
Yeah.
On the Wikipedia, so that I guess means, like, the younger demographic, but, like... I don't know. I don't support the movie. I remember when the trailer dropped, I was like, this is not real. This is BS. And then, like, I just got growingly disappointed.
Yeah, it was literally, like, something I saw on Twitter. I thought someone made it as a meme, because Netflix puts out some dog shit sometimes, some real genuine stinkers, and I'm like, oh, this is just a joke. There's no way, like, anybody would actually make a movie about this.
Yeah, right, because you want to believe that people are inherently good and, you know, wouldn't you know, make a movie sexualizing 11-year-old girls and then turn it for a profit, right?
You sure as hell hope so, right? And it's tilting... Sorry. It's really tilting me because I'm scrolling through the article and it's literally just endless pictures of the fucking, like, cover art for it, and I can't deal with it.
It's bad, dude. Like, it's really bad.
It's just so
they're still putting it on, aren't they? Like,
yeah,
they're like, no, this is coming to Netflix.
Yeah, they're not stopping. Like, if this movie comes out and it's just four young girls having a good time dancing with each other. No sexualized shit, no twerking. It's just a coming of age movie. I'd be like, you know what? I was wrong. Cuties can be a good movie. But that's not how you're marketing it. And I don't know who the fuck you're marketing it to.
Exactly, because if this is supposed to be sold to young girls as something interesting to them, why would you be teaching young girl? Like, why would the eye catcher for young girls be sexualizing girls their own age? Like, what? Why is that the proper message? I'm just so hung up on this because of how like PC Netflix likes to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what if Netflix is part of like the whole like pedophiles are part of the LGBTQ plus community?
Dude, people that like I will never understand that shit.
Oh, bury those people under the prisons with the pedophiles because like that's not okay.
Like, you can like whoever you like, you can be into whatever you want, but if you're like, it's literally just manipulation. Like, that's not a relationship. Like a 30-year-old dating like a 12-year-old, that is not a relationship. That is literally just like, there's a whole I guess study on it of like there's a specific term for it and I can't think of it, but like it's just like there's no yeah, it's definitely fucking ill, but like there's no consent. Like, it's just fucking disgusting. Like, someone of that age cannot, like, they're not fully developed. They cannot make that choice for themselves.
It's fucking grooming.
It's literally grooming, yeah. It's so fucking gross. Yeah, if you're a pedophile, drop dead.
Yeah, fuck you. Because, you know, there's probably pedos listening to this.
No, everybody knows if you listen to the Frying Pan Podcast, all your wishes come true. You immediately become the coolest person in your state, and everybody loves you because you're great.
Especially you in Michigan.
Yeah,
we know about you.
Hey, you in Michigan, you've been here, and I tell you, I love you.
Good job last semester. We're proud.
You're so proud of you. Keep it up.
I know your dad didn't tell you that, but we're proud.
We're your dads.
We're your dads.
We gave birth to you. Pretty quick. It only took us like a month.
Dan carried you with love and care.
It was an egg. You came from an egg. I really don't know how to tell you this. You weren't adopted or anything, but like, you know, the world works mysterious ways. Just kind of weird.
Exactly. Fucking Christ. Anyways,
I'm on one today.
Yeah, you know, you really are. Maybe it's the anxiety of having to go get your license renewed tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm just like tripping over myself mentally. But please.
Speaking of tripping over yourself mentally, what's the one thing that you would call Joe Biden that would just be fucking hilarious to read in a news headline?
Dude, you know, like, if I didn't read this, I'd say just like, oh, if someone called him a senile old man, that's funny, because, you know, it's just kind of how it is. But, not a fan of the Trump camp, but Donald Trump Jr. calling Joe Biden the Loch Ness Monster of the swamp. I hate to admit it's so funny. Great. It is funny.
It is, and then like another thing when he was like Beijing Biden, like what the fuck,
dude. I don't know if you've seen any clips from whatever this was, like GDP, like this whole meeting.
Oh, the Republican National Convention.
Yeah. RNC. Holy fuck! Some of the people in like Trump's camp said the weirdest shit.
I heard a guy called like I think like Pompeo or something like faced a lot of backlash over something about Jerusalem or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, I saw one clip of a woman that was like, what do Democrats want? Free healthcare. But what does that mean to them? And it's like a pause, and she's like, marijuana, opioids. And it's like, no, I don't think that's it.
Well, you know, as you know, marijuana and opioids is free healthcare.
Yeah, well, like when I think to myself, like, oh, I shouldn't have to pay $10,000 for a doctor checkup, what I'm really thinking is, God, I wish the government would just give me heroin. Pretty please.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, where's my government-mandated ketamine?
Please. Like, it's been, like, I don't know how it's taken this long for us to get there.
Jeez.
But, yeah, like, I guess the quote was, he was referring to, Joe Biden being the Loch Ness Monster of the swamp of, like, instead of using the money wisely. He's bringing it back to the swamp, in air quotes, which, I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't do politics.
Politicians love their metaphors for things. Like Donald Trump was like, "I'm draining the swamp," or whatever the hell.
I don't. It always just feels like politicians are like people that become politicians shouldn't be politicians.
There's a case that big government is the reason for that. Like, perhaps the U.S. would be a lot better off if we were broken down into territories like Canada and governed by our own ministers and then under one primate. Like, maybe a system like that would be even better. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, there is a lot of reasons why our system is not as good as it could be.
Sure. I'll rattle off some things. You tell me if you think it'll be better, okay?
Okay.
Communism.
No. I hate communism.
Socialism.
I mean, like, I feel like ideal socialism could work.
Alright. How about a dictatorship? But
now that one.
the Nicolas Cage is our dictator.
As, like the actor Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
I would be okay with that. I don't know why I'd be okay with that, but I feel like he would be like really chill for no reason. He'd be like I don't know, man. All right, drugs can't be that expensive. I don't know, like he'll lower the cost of pharmaceuticals. I feel like he'd be like free weed or not free weed, legal weed.
I could see that.
He would just be very chill. He'd care a lot about the Constitution. Maybe, I don't know.
Who would you put this is all hypothetical, but if we had to anoint somebody to be a dictator, who would you vote for?
Like, it has to be a celebrity?
Yeah, for this case. Make
all
it
right,
easier. I got two if you want some time to think.
All right, let's hear one of them.
I'm thinking The Rock would be good.
Yes, and I want his uniform just to be Spartan armor.
I was thinking like a suit, but like a sleeveless suit. But I think Spartan armor is just even better.
I like the sleeveless suit though. That'd be fucking hilarious to see it, like to think of him at like fucking like the NATO meetings or something like that.
Yeah, like all the like powerful leaders in the world get together, and it's just like everybody in suits, and then it's just The Rock like hand in hand, not just no sleeves, arms the size of the person next to him's head, like.
I would definitely feel like that would, like The Rock would be a leader for us. He wouldn't just be the boss, he'd be the leader.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think like, this hypothetical dictatorship, like we're thinking like the power doesn't go to their head, right? So like The Rock seems like a nice guy. That's one. If somebody like who's gonna want to fight him, right?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, all right, dude. It's a tangent now. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
Because now I'm thinking of imagine if like how we settled wars was whoever was like president or like the highest official in that area, like say it was like US versus Russia, like it'd have to be like Putin versus Trump in like a cage death match.
I would prefer that.
Like, all right, honestly, I think we're onto something, because think about it. A lot of people would pay to see that. Trump would go into training for 6 months, Putin would also go into training for 6 months. It's a fight to the death. Whoever dies loses, and whoever the other person gets that territory. No, okay, that's bad. That would just be bad. But I think officials fight to death in a cage match is a good idea. Thoughts?
I mean, if they're gonna be interesting fights, I wouldn't. I don't know. It would be kind of interesting to see just like Putin and Trump thrown into a single cage, or two men enter, one man leaves style.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, you'd give him, like, a year, 6 months training, like, you'd hook him up with a trainer, nutritionist, all that jazz.
Could you imagine, though, like, the fate of your country is just resting on Trump's, like, innate boxing ability?
This is why we're looking towards The Rock, 2024, baby.
Alright, so who is the other person?
Honestly, I wanted to say Scarlett Johansson just because I like Scarlett Johansson. I don't even think I don't know if she'd do a good job or not, but...
Oh?
I just like Scarlett Johansson.
You know what? I respect that, alright. I'd pick Obama.
Bring him back.
Yeah, but no, as a dictator, so, like, he'd be like Dark Obama.
Dark Obama. What does Dark Obama entail?
Darth Obama, I don't know.
Stop, just stop.
Or Darth Barack.
I want to laugh.
That's totally a Star Wars name, Darth Barack.
I really want to laugh and give you credit, but I feel like you don't deserve it.
Dude, Darth Barack is hilarious. Alright, now I have to look up Sith Lord Obama.
Dude, you're just gonna get Google images of people, like, putting him in a fucking cloak and, like, giving him, like, laser eyes and some shit.
They're all great. They're all great. Alright. Sorry, I just needed to get sidetracked for a second while I looked that up. Anywho. So, yeah. How did we get there? Did we get there from the Loch Ness Monster thing?
Yeah, Joe Biden being a Loch Ness Monster.
That's fucking hilarious. Another thing that's hilarious is my reoccurring theme of talking about marijuana on this show.
Bobby's Weed Corner, boys.
Another study came out of Washington and Colorado that, so, okay, I don't know if you know this, but one of the big, I guess, what's the word? Points against full legalization is, like, people are worried that once it gets legal, like alcohol, then, like, the use of it will be too normalized among the youth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but, like, the thing is, like, cigarettes, like, kind of was like that. Alcohol kind of was like that, but that doesn't mean regulation can't overcome that. You know what I mean? Like, checking IDs is a lot, like, ID verification's a lot better now. You scan the IDs, you know, fakes are a lot harder to, you know, have properly made.
Yeah.
So, my point is that a new study came out using data from Washington and Colorado that showed that adolescent treatment admissions for, like, cannabis use disorder have fell astronomically. Meaning, like, there's a lot less teens that have been, like, reported as having problematic use of cannabis.
That's good.
Yeah, so, like, I guess it just shows that, like, just because it's legal doesn't mean kids will do it. It actually went more against that. That was, like, because it was now less of a cool thing to do because it was legal, it was less used.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, when you word it like that, like, it's honestly, like, really relatable, because, I mean, like, my first time smoking in high school was because someone I thought was cool was doing it, and they're like, hey, you want a hit? And I'm like, who, me? And, yeah. Like, I wasn't like...
Wait. Was that really how you smoked weed the first time?
Well, no, it was like, my friend, he was like, just, hey, man, I've been smoking recently. Do you want to try it? And I'm like, I mean, sure, why not? Here, it's fun. And I'll never forget it. He had, like, a very weird contraption. It was like a whistle, kinda? I don't know how to describe it. But, I took a hit from it, and I spit on his floor, and I was like, oh, it's not that bad. And he lived down the street, so I remember I walked back home, and I was like, I guess I'm having breakfast for dinner. So I made pancakes, and I made bacon, and my parents were just confused, but they didn't think anything of it.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's fine. Right? That's a good.
Well, it's not like I was like,
experience.
yeah, I went to...
Did you feel like you were stoned? Because a lot of people don't feel like they get stoned their first time.
No, definitely wasn't that. It was definitely like placebo of like, whoa, I'm so high, I got munchies, like shit like that.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even remember if I did the first time I tried it, but like I do remember, I think the second or third time after I tried it again when I was a senior in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just got sick, totally got sick.
Yeah.
I was like, I greened out. I had zero tolerance, and I just remember I paid for a joint, and I just smoked the whole thing, not really paying
God.
attention to what my level was. And then I just remember distinctively in the bathroom, just completely hurling.
Oh God.
Yeah, I didn't even know greening out was a thing. I just thought I got sick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing is like you're saying with this article, like when you're a kid, it's I don't know, like obviously you're always interested in doing shit that like you're not supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And like weed was definitely one of them at the time.
I mean, it still is. I mean, honestly, it's kind of whack to me how like spotty like we're okay with weed as a group of friends, right?
Yeah.
But like I was talking to someone from high school and like their friends like are so against it, like they've never tried it, but they'll drink a shit ton, but they're like, no, we don't smoke weed, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's I
Like,
mean, it's
I still find that weird. I just kind of assume that because I like fucked with weed that like at this point everyone must.
I mean, there's a lot of that's like I have no problem with like people are for or against it, like it doesn't really matter. But I always find it interesting where people like condemn it but will like go out, drink blackout, or like drink and drive and do stupid shit. Like with weed you're like,
God, dude.
I just want a bag of chips and a quiet room. Like I don't know. It seems more safe than alcohol, but who am I to say?
Well, I think the data proves that as well, Daniel.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying like, hey parents, if you're listening, if your kid tries weed, support them. Like, let them go for it.
No, definitely don't do that.
No. But like, at least it's, I don't know. At least with the article, it's nice to know that people are like more wise about it. I don't know how to word it. But you know what I mean?
I guess it's just it just breaks down more barriers for it just to become more normalized. So people that want to use it can, and if people that don't want to use it don't want to use it, well, then they don't really get a say on the other people that do want to use it. That's kind of the goal, really.
Yeah. I don't know. It's always just so interesting of like how condemned weed is as a thing, yet you can go buy cigarettes, which is literally just like just killing you, like literally.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know the appeal to alcohol as much as like I excuse me. Like the prohibition, if you remember, like there's like, you know what, we're banning alcohol, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people just said like, nah, that's not gonna happen. And eventually it got legalized. Again.
Yeah. Back in our
Hopefully
childhood.
we're gonna do that with weed in our lifetime. I mean, it will happen in our lifetime, probably. I just don't want to be stressed about smoking weed if I want to anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
That's just my goal, because, like, I don't want to force people to do it that don't want to do it, nor do I want to, like, get people to do it if they don't want to do it. No, wait, I just said the same thing twice.
I know what you were getting at.
Yeah, my point is like, God, just let it, why can't it just die already? Like, why does it have to be, like, a constant, like, it won't pollute our youth. Yes, it will.
Yeah.
I'm just so over it. Maybe it's just because Corona's killing the world and I want to just smoke my weed in peace.
That's fair. Yeah, when you think about it, we've really experienced, like, a lot in our lifetime.
Yeah, we were born into a recession / war on terror / mass deployment in the Middle East. We suffered a double recession, kinda, depending on how you look at 2008, 2012.
Yeah. I mean, 2008 definitely, but...
Let's see, we also have, our current governmenting power, we have coronavirus.
Yeah.
Crazy that back in, September of 2011, 9 years ago, our biggest worry was if the world was actually going to end in 2012 or not.
That's true. That's another thing, is that the whole world was going to fucking end in 2012.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that we went from like, oh, is the Mayan calendar gonna work, to like, oh, how many people are dying?
It's more like we went to, oh, is it gonna work? To, oh, can it please work? That
No,
was a little
man.
dark. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it do be interesting times.
I feel that. Well, speaking of
I was oh,
no, you
go for
go.
it. I was talking to my doctor about like just like people's moods during COVID and whatnot, because we got into a discussion on like, well, okay, I asked if people have been coming in lately to like express like, I guess, grievances or whatnot with like their home life due to COVID or whatnot.
Hmm.
And she's like, yeah, a lot of people have been feeling depressed and anxious during this time. It's normal and everything. And I'm wondering, like, if we'll have a social regress if this goes on for too long. Like, if there's just going to be a wave of people that are just kind of like hard to bounce back from this lack of social contact that we're having with people.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, to be fair, I feel like it's been that way for the past some odd years or so. Like, I feel like more and more people are falling into like depression and just like feeling very stuck. Like, aside from the whole Corona thing.
Mm.
And I don't know if that's just like the way of the world or like a lot of shit's been going on in the past like 5 years, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, it's just like COVID's definitely, like, I've realized, definitely shaped the way I've been thinking lately. It's like I have to go to the store. I'm now just have a slight anxiety in the back of my head of, will I get COVID this time from going out? Like, that's kind of been getting annoying to me lately. I was watching Criminal Minds, and two characters shook hands and hugged, and I was like, but they don't even have their masks on.
I
And,
feel
like,
that.
admittedly, I was stoned, and I laughed it off, but it bothered me in the end that I was, like, still so hung up on that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you're in a pandemic, it's kind of hard to look at other things. It's just how
Yeah.
it is. I don't know. It's hard to like just not be upset about like having to change your life, but
Ugh.
thing is, just kind of is what it is.
Yeah, it do be. I've been, like, looking for things to change around in my room. Like, alright, time to move my desk to this side of the room now.
I feel that. Yeah, like any bit of change, like anything like slightly out of the normal routine is, I don't know, it's startling, I guess, or like it needs to happen depending on what it is.
Mm. God, yeah. I got up at 7 a.m. today for
Same.
no reason.
So
And
yeah,
I was just like, oh, this is cool. And I just did nothing for like 2 hours. Just literally nothing. I mean, like, stared at a ceiling. I could have, like, used my phone or got on the computer, but I knew I didn't want to see anything anyways.
yeah. I mean, that's another like topic in and of itself of just like constantly feeling like you need to be doing something. You know what I mean?
True.
Like in reality, like you don't have to be productive. Like you can just enjoy your time. But like the way society makes it seem is like you always have to be doing something, working towards something. Like I don't know. I always have this conversation with my sister usually of just like,
And
hey, like, hey, I feel like shit today. I don't want to do anything. But in the back of your mind, it's like, wow, you're really not doing anything with your time. You're just wasting away, and it just like keeps adding on and on.
exactly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, but I mean that's just how the world is at the moment. It'll change eventually. It's just hard to not be in that mindset.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. I got one last little topic that I thought was kind of shitty. Um, so Burger King did like a really scummy ad program, which what they did was just like they donated to streamers for whatever their like text to speech donation thing was, and they would donate like different price things on the menus or like different combos, and they used that in an ad. And the way they got around it is like, because they're not paying them for using that like as you would for like a sponsored thing, so like you think it's illegal, but the way they could work around it is like, oh yeah, we paid them, we donated to them.
Wait.
like obviously in the description there's a YouTube link to the ad itself, and like the way they do it is so scummy, and like there's an even part where like they self acknowledge like, oh yeah, we're being piece of shit, and it's just like, what the fuck? I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I'm watching it, and it's just like, why are you, like, they're bragging about turning donations into ads, like, but I wouldn't say that's the same as like sponsoring, right?
Well, no, that's the thing is like those like because in the video they like block out the people's faces and like change their voices so you don't recognize who the streamer is, obviously. And normally this would be like an ad, so you'd have to pay the people for their services, which paying people for ads pretty expensive. So the way Burger King decided their loophole is they're air quotes technically paying them for their services, but they're paying them like $5 max, and
All
it's
right,
it's not illegal. It's just shitty.
well, yeah, exactly, because they're just kind of abusing like the text to speech thing. Like, so technically, like, I guess if I wanted to, I could go donate to a random streamer and just say, I don't know, buy Fall Guys for 19.99 on Steam, and like the only difference between me doing it and like the company that owns Fall Guys is whether or not my name is that or whatever, right? So like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, yes and no. Like I agree with what you say, but you're also not like a multi-billion-dollar corporation that definitely has the funds to like actually pay these people for an ad.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not shitty. It
No,
definitely is shitty.
no, I know. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Like people are mad about it, obviously, but then some people are like praising of like this is a pretty smart business tactic, but it's just scummy, man. I don't know. It
It
bothers
is.
me.
I agree. It's not the most like upright thing to do.
No, but they're making money off it, so who cares? I guess.
Yeah, right. Corporate America. Woohoo!
Ooh, fuck these people. I'm gonna pay you
Yeah.
$5 for something I'd be thousands. Suck my dick. It's just like, okay. Alright, sorry for living.
Sorry for living. Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know, man. I mean, to be fair, Burger King needs all the help it can get. If you put that, you ask anybody to put in Burger King in a tier list for fast food, that's bottom tier. IMO. And I think
All
a lot of
right.
people.
I can agree to that.
I don't know. I mean, top tier,
Never
I'm thinking Chick-fil-A.
never have I
Wendy's.
once. Wait, you said Chick-fil-A?
I don't know if I put top tier, but I put it up there.
All right, that's fine. Like Five Guys was all right, by the way. I
Fi-
did end up trying it. I don't know if I ever talked about that on the show.
I don't remember. Yeah, Five Guys is fine.
It was all right.
It was better. It used to be better. Now it's just kind of like really overpriced.
I still think like just Subway's the most solid place because you know exactly what you're gonna get, and like it's a fucking sandwich.
Yeah, I guess I can't
It's
argue with that. I just wouldn't, classify it as like a first choice.
all right, fair. Like I tip. I don't know. I like Chipotle. I get or Moe's rather. I like that.
Yeah, I can get down with that. I don't know.
E.
I guess it's kind of hard, like what you consider fast food, too.
Yeah. Honestly, if I don't have to make it myself and I don't have to deliver it and I can go there and don't have to call ahead, it's fast food.
Sure.
That's basically it for me. You know, if it could be made in front of me and I'm out of that place in 10 minutes, excluding the line,
Well,
it's
yeah.
fast food.
Yeah. Well, that's technically the name of fast food.
Well, then there you go. You just said I don't know what constitutes as fast food.
No, you're right. It was just your description was kind of like blurring the line between a restaurant and a fast food place.
All right. Catch me on technicality, Dan.
I'm sorry. Well, because it's like the way you said it was like, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't
No, it
matter.
doesn't
I don't know why the fuck I'm like on about it.
Yeah, it's okay. Dan dies on that hill.
Honestly, all I can think about now is like a Sonic milkshake. I don't know why.
Dude, I want a milkshake so bad, you have no idea. And it's only because I watched a freaking show today where a serial killer was just drinking a milkshake and he did not shut up about it.
You know, I was assuming you were going to say, like, oh, I watched a cooking video. But the serial killer drinking a milkshake makes sense.
I've been watching Criminal Minds.
Yeah, that's what I figured. You know, I've actually yet to watch Criminal Minds.
It's a pretty fun show. It's one of those ones where, like, I always say it, like, I love watching, like, cop shows and shit because, like, you know from beginning to end what you're going to get every time.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's comforting.
They all follow the same formula. Well, sometimes they switch it up on you and they make it like a 2-episode thing, but that's really about it.
Yeah.
Even it's the same plot. Well, maybe we can get milkshakes this weekend.
Oh, Dan, I'm... You know, we didn't make these plans on the show, but by God, I'm excited for them.
True. Well,
catch us next episode to hear about it.
We'll tell you all about it next time. So if you want to bring us home, Robert, you're more than welcome to.
Alright, folks, that has been the Frying Pan Podcast, episode 94. Thank you for tuning in as always. We're on social media. The handle for both of those is the Frying Pan Pod. And thank you for listening to us on every audio platform, excluding SoundCloud, because no one likes SoundCloud. If you could leave us a like, a comment, a star rating on these audio platforms, we'd really appreciate it. You could also send us over a comment to our email, which is independentpodcast@gmail.com. And for the last time, folks, I've been Robert D'Onofrio.
I was Daniel Loch Ness Monster Seer.
And this has been the Frying Pan Podcast. Have a good one, folks.
Be safe. Tell someone you love them.
Yeah.
Or I guess.